Hello there. I just thought I'd get on and do a quick training on some AI leadership tips that will help you with your decision making. My name's Fran Jones. I've been looking at AI for the last 18 months and I've been messing about with it. So I thought I'd just set up this little microlearning this afternoon and hopefully you'll get something from it. Okay, so with this, we're looking at how AI can enhance leadership decision making and team performance. So, in the next few minutes, you'll explore practical ways to integrate AI tools into your leadership practice. And the micro learning is just a really neat way of getting to grips with some of these things. I know there's lots and lots of stuff out there about AI and it's getting mind boggling, but this will give you a little introduction and hopefully give you some things that you can work with immediately. Okay, so get stuck in and have a look at what we can do with AI for your decision making. So by the end of this session, you will have some understanding of how AI can support your leadership decisions. I'll give you some insight into some key tools for enhancing team performance and how to apply these, just give you an insight into some use case scenarios. And look at how AI has the potential to really revolutionize our leadership decision making. It's not something that we're going to automate. We're not thinking about taking out the human element of that. It's really important that we do have that input. However, sorry for the croaky voice, I've got a bit of hay fever. However, it can act as an extension tool by helping you look at things like data insights and using predictive analytics. So basically, when you're making your decisions, you have more informed choices. Okay. AI, you'll, I think, now know that it can process vast amounts of data quickly. It can identify patterns and trends that might not be immediately apparent to you or to human leaders. Okay, so this will give you insight so that you can be really more strategic with your decision making, align with your organization goals and market demands. Okay, and also AI can enhance team performance by offering tools like automated scheduling, performance tracking, and personal learning recommendations. So, for example, platforms like Asana or Trello can integrate AI into their systems so that you can optimize your project management and really look at your workflow so you're making sure that you're getting the correct cadence around workflow. At the same time, AI driven analytics can help identify skill gaps, suggest targeted training for your team members. By applying AI insights to leadership practices, and then leaders can foster a more dynamic, adaptive, and agile approach to an efficient work environment. Overall, it's going to improve operational efficiency. And really, also, one of the things that's been most interesting to me is supporting that culture of continuous improvement and innovation. And I think everybody feels happy when they're contributing to something that they feel is really adding more value or making a difference in the world. So leaders must stay informed about emerging technologies and to leverage AI in leadership fully and consider how these tools can be ethically and effectively integrated into your decision making, decision making processes. I think it's important to really just step through this at your pace, that your comfort level that you're happy with. So let's just have a look at what we've got here. So the first thing is, what is AI enhanced leadership? So this is around using data and machine learning models to make more informed decisions and to foster stronger team performance, as I said earlier. So imagine having data-driven insights at your fingertips when planning a project or assessing team dynamics. As we explore AI-enhanced leadership, let's start by really understanding what this means. Okay. So AI enhanced leadership is really an extra tool in your box. It's like having an extended brain, I always say. And it involves leveraging data analytics and machine learning to make informed decisions, as I said. But this is not just about technology, it's about enhancing your decision making and ultimately boosting your team's performance. Okay. So just one example of this is, imagine a leader using predictive analytics to forecast project outcomes. This allows for strategic planning based on data-driven insights rather than just intuition. Okay. And visualize this flowchart that you have leadership combined with AI tools leads to or equals enhanced decision making. This illustrates how integrating AI can transform our leadership practices. So, in essence, AI provides us with powerful insights that can lead to more effective leadership. And this is ensuring we're not only making decisions, but making the right decisions. Okay. So there's three key AI tool uses that are transforming leadership practices as we speak. So as I've just mentioned, predictive analytics can analyze or forecast projects outcomes, successes. Collaboration platforms can offer insights into team interactions, so you can look at how they're actually collaborating and whether that's happening effectively and efficiently. That's really important now that a lot of people are working in a hybrid or even a fully remote setting. Okay. And personalised learning platforms, I think that most people have become accustomed to those. They're probably one of the first places where we really saw AI being used for many years. They can support continuous leadership development and gain further adoption of that growth mindset that we all need to have in this day and age. And I'm going to look at some of the AI tools that I've been using and how they are impacting our approach to decision making and team dynamics. So first of all, with the predictive analytics, the accuracy of your forecasting will be improved. Okay, so you'll have real data to base your decisions on. So it's taking away that guesswork, basically. Okay. And then that collaboration platform, as I say, it's just going to allow you to check in on how teams are working together, the collaboration, communication, engagement, and you can then understand how teams are interacting, if there's any gaps, where you can make improvements, and you can really step into enhancing or improving collaboration among your teams in real time rather than waiting for the post-mortem after a project is finished, so you can actually check it in real time. And then the personalised learning platforms, you are going to be ensuring then that your team members are growing and thriving in their roles and that they feel that they're getting the training that they actually need. I've used the term just-in-time training for many, many years now, and I think that's really important, that you can allow people to see what they need right then and do little micro learnings like this that they can go away and they can use straight away, and then that's going to embed the practice and the knowledge into their everyday practice. Okay. And this is how you can really become a very impactful leader. I think I missed a slide then. So, okay, we'll go through. Sorry about that. I thought I had another one that went through there. So, practical walkthrough on just looking at that predictive analytics. Okay, so you can go through this process. Okay, I'll tell you about some platforms that you can use in just a moment, but basically there's 7 steps to this. So first of all, identifying the decision problem. I think that we all as leaders have issues with some of the decisions we're making and we're not sure about how it's going to function for us. So it's really good that you spend some time doing that. So spending some time really contemplating where your pain points are with regard to your decision making is a really good use of your time. Okay. And then really spending some time to collect meaningful data. Okay. The data is really important. We always know that, anything's only as good as the quality of the data that you put in. Okay. And then make sure that you're taking some time to make sure that that is cleaned up. So you might have some historical data already, you might have some feedback, or you might have some net promoter scores, or you might have some forums that you've interacted with. I don't know, lots of things, that you could put in, even email interactions that you've had with people. But you can put that all into your data bank and just get it cleaned up so that you've got something that's really meaningful. Okay. And then just applying the predictive models. So there's lots of different platforms that you can use to do this. Okay. And you can gather, once you've gathered your data, these predictive models are very, very easy to use because you just basically can point and press. Okay. So for instance, you might predict how adding an additional team member could impact the completion speed of your project. You might have a look at a project with the team that you've got, be thinking, do I need to have another headcount in here? And then these predictive models will allow you to look at the scenarios if you don't have that extra team member and if you do. So you can also do a cost benefit analysis as well. Okay. So this is where the magic happens. Okay. So once you have your predictions, it's time to visualize the results. Okay. So again, there's lots of tools that you can use to actually visualize those, so you can put it in a neat presentation. And then if you've got proposals forward, you have it at your fingertips to get that done. And then finally, you can build that into your decision making. Okay. But the important thing is, as we are using AI models, that you do monitor and adjust things as necessary. Okay. And this is where, it's going to give you some flexibility as well over your leadership decisions, because you might want to run a couple of different scenarios and see which is the one that's going to come out best for you. Okay. So these steps not only enhance your decision making, but also engage your team in a more meaningful way, because you'll be able to really give them a clear insight into your vision and what you're trying to achieve. Okay. So hopefully you're getting excited about trying to use some of these tools. Okay, let's move forward and keep some of these concepts in mind. Okay, so I've just picked up here 4 different tools that are easy to access. I think all of them have some level of free use, even if it's just a trial, but some of them do have ongoing free use. Obviously, if you do pay for a subscription, you're going to get enhanced AI toolkit with it. But I would encourage you to, because there's so much out there right now, I would encourage you to take up the trials and really try it out before you actually commit. And I would just really consider what you want your tech stack to look like and really think about that very carefully. If we have a look at some of these tools, okay, Google Looker Studio is something that I've only just discovered. Okay, you can find it on datastudio.google.com. Okay, and you sign in, and then it's connected with your Google Drive, and it's got lots of visuals that you can use there, and you can use it to create project timelines and really track team performance metrics. So it looks like it's a very substantial tool. So that's one that I definitely would encourage you to look at. One of the project management tools that's been around for many years is Trello. And the great thing about Trello, and I think Asana do the same, they've got lots of integrations now, so you can add in extra tools to help you. So one is the Butler automation, and that is helps you to actually automate things so that you can spend the time doing the stuff that's really important, like your strategic thinking, rather than going through tasks. So it really tracks tasks, progress, automatically and helps you with your workflow, and hopefully will help your team with their workflow as well. Okay, Mentimeter is something I've used a lot. It's been around for many years. If you've seen those Wordle things, like you get a chart and there's like one word that really stands out from everything else, that is something that you can generate in Mentimeter, but there's lots of other things you can do. This is great to create a poll and get feedback in the moment. You can do it. I've always done it like that. People, even if I've done a presentation to a couple of hundred people, I've used a Mentimeter poll just to check, where the audience is at. People just scan the QR code and then they can put their responses in straight away. And they really like seeing all the live results coming in. There's something that creates a real buzz in the room. So you can create real-time insights. You can use it even in a small meeting, okay? And it's a great way to encourage engagement, okay, and also gather some additional data. So you might have made a decision based on some data, you might have been going down this particular pathway, but you're sensing, this is not working as well as we thought it might. So as you're in a meeting, maybe doing a review, you could put a Mentimeter up and then gain everybody's insight into where they're at with the process that you're going through. And then Notion, another one. I really like Notion. I don't know what it is about Notion that I really love, but I just find it very clean and very clear. Okay. Trello's has tiles. There's lots of different ways you can arrange it, but it has more tiles. It doesn't appeal to someone like me. I prefer having the linear Notion page, and I really like that. And you can use it for so many different things. I like using Notion for things like keeping reflections, tracking personal growth. I often encourage people that I'm coaching or people, that are working on projects to keep what I call a brag file, which is setting out their achievements over the time of a project or over the time of their career. And Notion is a really great place to do that. And it's really easy to set up and apply, okay? So I would just start with one tool, okay? So just integrating even one of these tools into your routine can significantly enhance your leadership practice. So are you ready to explore how these tools can work for you? So in one real-world scenario, a leader used predictive analytics to anticipate resource needs for an upcoming project. This proactive approach led to a 20% increase in project efficiency. Okay, and this is the kind of thing that you can achieve. Okay, so just ask yourself for a moment. Just think about your own leadership context. How could you? How could AI and data predictive analytics help you make better decisions? Okay. So just, I invite you to reflect on that question, okay, and think about the potential impact it could have on your projects and your team's performance as well. Because obviously, if you're using this yourself, then you can put some best practice in place and role model this kind of responsible and safe use of AI to your teams, okay. So let's have a quick check-in, okay. So what is the primary benefit of AI in leadership? As we dive into our quick check-in, let's take a moment to consider, what we've learned. I want you to think about the options we have here. So automating decisions, while this is a benefit, it's not the most impactful when we consider leadership, okay? Then enhancing data-driven strategies, which is B. This is actually the correct answer, as AI helps us make informed strategic decisions based on data. So again, we're not just relying on that automation. We're actually making sure that we're working in conjunction with AI to enhance what is happening in our organizations, okay? Eliminating human input. Okay, this is a big fear for everybody. Everybody's sort of saying, "Oh, we're not going to have any jobs." This is a total misconception. AI should complement, not replace human insight. And in fact, those of you who are getting to grips with AI now are the people that are going to be staying ahead of the curve and going to be in demand in the years to come. It's here to stay, and we can really use it to benefit. I know there's a lot of things that, people are saying that can be used for bad stuff. That's obvious with everything, but with responsible, well thought out policies and pathways, I think that AI can really enhance what we're doing as leaders and enhance what our teams can achieve. So think about how utilising data effectively can shape our decisions and drive our teams forward. So great job engaging with this question. Now let's explore how we can apply these insights into our own leadership scenarios, because everybody's in very different situations. So just encouraging you to take a moment to reflect on your current leadership practices. Think about how integrating even one AI tool could enhance your decision making. What was your next step going to be? Make it the smallest step that you could think. Maybe start by identifying one area where AI could make a difference and take a small step towards integrating it this week. Okay. As we dive into your leadership journey, let's take a moment to reflect on your current practices. And I challenge you to take one small step this week, and perhaps as simple as exploring a new app or a piece of software that aligns with your goals. Remember, every small step can lead to significant improvements in how you lead. So let's embrace this change together. Thank you for taking the time to go through this short training. I hope that it's been of benefit. If you'd like to stay connected or you have any questions or insights, you can get in touch with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear your messages about how you found this and what other training you would like to have in the future. Okay, so please do get in contact. I'd love to hear from you, and all the very best. Bye for now.